Terrence Gangsta William, aka OG Diggity. I'm hanging out with the big homie, Hankin TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, support the brother. We out here doing big things. It's all good, baby. Y'all see we free. We out here enjoying life. Wah! I want y'all to stop the violence, say no drugs, and put these guns down. I'm out, baby. Gotta go.
This is a certified hood classic.
I used to be in my feelings, then I turned up and got a spot. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she love me for real, long as she love my knot. They say, you hitting them with too much drip. I know I got a mop. I put my flow in the microwave, I know I gotta blow, now it's hot. I was way too far ahead of my time, I had to slow down and stop. Before I pull up to the honeycomb, I got to go round the block. Looking in blind spots for any nigga think he on the low trying to plot. Go ahead.
Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Hankin TV, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's my boy. He put dope content over there.
I don't know why, but it's midnight and I'm in the house with all my chains on. Just feel like that. Yeah. Dirty money bought my school clothes. Dirty money bought me J's. Dirty money bought my Ralph Lowe. Growing up, I was kind of broke. Mommy on welfare, oven open when the house cold. Dirty money, daddy had the dirty money. Honestly, I barely ever seen some working money. Seemed like we was always struggling and needing something. Dirty money, only thing that ever got it for me. Mall trips was a spinning limit. Dirty money come fast, can't hide.
Gotta spend it. Ooh, ooh.
My bad.
So maybe a little bit more. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's midnight and I'm in the house with all my chains on. Just feel like that. Yeah. Dirty money bought my school clothes. Dirty money bought me J's. Dirty money bought my Ralph Lowe. Growing up, I was kind of broke. Mommy on welfare, oven open when the house cold. Dirty money, daddy had the dirty money. Honestly, I barely ever seen some working money. Seemed like we was always struggling and needing something. Dirty money, only thing that ever got it for me. Mall trips was a spinning limit. Dirty money come fast, can't hide it, so you gotta spend it. At my house, it's kinda different. Flat broke with a note at Main Mark, trying to borrow dinner. Dirty money bought him everything a kid would notice. Had me riding presidential before I ever voted. I smoked exotic before I ever smoked it. I seen the money before I knew I wanted. Dirty money, clean money, dirty. Dirty money, what's clean money? Huh? Dirty money, clean money. Yeah. Dirty money, what's clean money? Dirty. Dirty money, clean money. Yeah. Dirty money, what's clean money? Huh? Dirty money, clean money. Bruh. Dirty money, what's clean money? Yeah. Dirty money took us out of town. Dirty money took us skating. I kept falling down. Captain Bogies, dirty money ran us through a bag. Dirty money, 20 kids at the laser tag. Growing up, I never thought about it. Till I'm in JC Penney trying to find a way to go without it. That dirty money never lasts long. Dirty money turn to nothing when your dad gone. No more shopping, now you watching niggas do the most. Back to regular, but you was never regular though. That's when I seen it with my own eyes. That dirty money get you clean time. Dirty money, clean money. Damn, dirty money turn to clean money. Got some dirty money, clean your money. Yeah, clean money turn to dream money. Feel me? Like I said, it's midnight. I'm in the house with all my chains on, but 4 million in the drink. Don't know why I feel like this. Yeah. Don't just look, nigga, learn. Pay attention. Pussy. West side. It's Giddy.
Stacey Johnson. I told y'all to give me them tracks. Give me them tracks. What's up with it? It's your boy JT. If I say I done it, I did it. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Hankin TV tonight. I got to rock the hat to the back because the green screen, I had to represent though one time.
For sure.
Raw Falcon, made by the best. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man. I got my man Lamborghini in the house.
What's up?
All-around creator, artist, designer. He gonna be definitely dropping some jewels on us tonight. He definitely seasoned. We've been chopping it up. If you can, man, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, man? This is Lamborghini from the motherfucking west side of Dayton, CEO of OutSpokin Productions. And it's about to get real. I'm on this Casamigos with my motherfucking OG, man. We on Hankin TV with it, man. Dayton, what's up with it?
So you was from the west side of Dayton. So where you grow up at?
I was born on Germantown and Stoves. You know the street Luella that's in Bella Vista? You know that run into Stoves, right?
Right, sure do.
My grandma's name is Luella.
Right.
And that's the street she lived on. So, like, I tell niggas, I'm so west side, my grandma's name is Luella. Like, you feel me?
Named after the street.
Before the street. You feel me?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So how was it growing up over there?
I grew up over there in big portions, like from birth to like 4 or 5 years old. I lived there. Then my mom moved out, got her own apartment in Trotwood and Shallow Springs. Then I moved from Shallow Springs in like 3rd grade to Main Street. From Main Street, I moved back with my grandma off Germantown on LaSalle. So pretty much my whole life been on the west side for real.
West side and kind of like the Bella Vista area.
Yep, the back streets.
The back streets. Gephardt's. Palmerston.
G&G, all of that. You feel me?
So what was you into growing up back there, man? What you get into? Was you into sports?
Well, like I said, from being born to 5 years old, I lived over there, and it was just really a lot of watching. Like, you know, watching motherfuckers. It used to be motherfuckers smoking crack on the curb on my street. You feel me? So, you know, some of that shit kept, you know, my mom and my grandma a little bit like, we don't want you to go out. I mean, I'm only like 4 years old. You feel me? So I just seen a lot of shit then. If you know Snipes from 275, I grew up next door to him. You feel me? We both lived on Stoves. But it was cool, man. I got to see a lot of street culture. And that's one thing that always fascinated me when I was a little nigga. Just loud music, nice cars, rims, paint, nice clothes, nice shoes, jewelry. So, you know, that's where all that shit, you know, every city nigga that's getting some money, that's where they gonna show you the most. You feel me?
Right. We was talking earlier, you know, you was telling me kind of about your roots, you know what I'm saying? And then like you was just saying how you grew up and the things you seen, but you went to college, man. What deterred you, man, from going that route and into the streets?
My dad was in the streets to the point where a lot of niggas I know that got in the streets, they was kind of like the first people that they knew that did that. So they kind of didn't have no remorse for doing it because their curiosity was kind of more prevalent than the logic of not to do it. You feel me? And me, you know, me being a kid that was raised by a nigga in the street, my dad was always the type of nigga that raised me to be the type of person that he wasn't as far as get an education and go to school, do your shit, be legit, get you something going on you can really stand on type shit. So I always was fascinated by the street, but I always had in the back of my mind that my dad will fuck me up. You feel me? So I ain't want him to hear about shit that he was doing that I was doing, and I did my little shit. I wasn't just innocent, but at the same time, I never put both my feet in the street. You feel me?
Right. So you never got into any trouble.
Nah, I got in some trouble, like not necessarily nothing that like stuck on my record, but you know, I didn't have little close calls, and you know what I'm saying, then duck some bullets here and there, and you know what I mean, like I didn't been in some shit, but I didn't manage to just not be all the way in the shit. You feel me?
Right, man. People, for some reason, man, people think it ain't cool not to have felonies on your record, man. I don't understand why there's guys out here right now don't know how blessed he is, man, not to have a felony on their record, man.
My dad been telling me that for 15 years, man. Like, don't do that. You feel me? Like, you got a shot. You might have fucked up here and there, but shit, you ain't got no L's on your shit. So keep going. You feel me?
Right. So when you was old enough, man, to think on your own, you know what I'm saying, make your own decisions, you know, like really jump off the porch. You know how it was. We skipping school, going to parties. So which direction did you take?
I think music always saved me from the bullshit. I wanted to do this shit for so long that when my friends was going to basketball and football practice, I was going to the studio. You feel me? Any way I could, whether it was the bus, catch a ride, walk, whatever it was. I don't know. Something in me I always felt like if I go to jail, I can't be a rapper. So I always cared more about rapping than the street, but that rapping was kind of fused from the culture of the street. So, you know, it was a time where I kind of would do shit to kind of give myself shit to rap about or give myself a little bit more credibility, but it never really got to the point where that's what defined me. You feel me?
Right. So how did you get into music?
That's a crazy question. When I was a kid, I wrote my first rap when I was in the second grade, I think.
Wow.
When I was a kid, I remember when HBO used to show a new movie every Saturday night?
I can't recall.
Like 90s time, it'll be like every Saturday at 8:00, they'll show a new movie that they ain't showed on TV yet. Like some shit, basically like some shit that just came on DVD type shit. The TV just showing you for the first time.
Okay.
So I seen the Juice movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie, Tupac's character in that movie scared the shit out of me. Like, I ain't understand why this nigga was killing his friends, and I'm like 5 years old at the time. So, you know, my mom, when we would see the videos come on, my mom had me when she was 17, my dad was 19. So I'm a hip hop baby. You feel me? Like, I was 7, so my parents were still young as far as the trend to the youth compared to the adults at the time, which was hip hop. You feel me? So my mom loved Tupac. I watched my mom write the whole Machiavelli album on paper. And shit, I don't know. I loved music before that. But when I saw her do that, it's like that showed me how to write a rap. Even though she don't know how to write a rap. Like, I don't know if I got no book by me, but like my raps, you know how niggas stop at the rhyming word and then go to the next line?
Right.
My shit just be straight down the paper because that's how I saw my mom do it. And she don't know how to rap, but that's how she wrote a rap. So I just did it like that. So like I said, I always liked loud music, nice cars. My dad always picked me up in a nice car playing loud music, the best music of the times, whether it was Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Spice One, E40, 8-Ball, MJG, Scarface, Tupac. I just been around this shit for so long, and I just got a real strong liking for it before I realized that I could probably do it. But early in my life, I just tried it. Like second grade, I just wanted to see if I could rhyme long enough to make a rap. You feel me?
Right.
Like I said, probably fourth grade, fourth grade, I seen my mom write the whole Machiavelli album on paper. And then I started writing down the lyrics to songs that I like from the radio. I would record them off the radio and just write them the words from that song down so I can know the words. And then eventually I started going to school rapping songs that I didn't think people knew and saying it was me.
Right.
So, once they caught on to I'm rapping LL Cool J, I'm bad, I had to come up with something else. You feel me? So
Right.
from elementary to Fairview, I start trying to write my own raps. I start writing raps in a TI-83 calculator. Ninth grade, I get the metal deal. I'm writing so much in a notebook every day that niggas think I got a journal or a diary, because I never wanted to rap for people until I knew I was that dope. You feel me? So ninth grade, the last day of ninth grade, I rapped in the cafeteria in front of what I thought was like 5 people. And then I turned around and it was 40 people.
Right.
So that was my breaking of being afraid of crowds for real. So I really been like on a day-to-day basis, I really been doing this shit since ninth grade.
So when did you first decide like this is what you want to do? And we're gonna say record something.
That was like 16, like probably 10th, 11th grade. And that was a whole different ball game than writing. Like I didn't understand how different recording was than just rapping it out loud. And that was a different. I had to sharpen up with that quick. But yeah, I've been recording since like my 10th grade year in high school. I'm literally 20 years in this shit for real, bro. Like I'm 36. I've been doing this shit since I was 16.
So when did you drop your first project, first song, you know what I'm saying, official song?
The first time we dropped some music to the public, me and my homeboy, we was rapping together in high school, and a cat that used to sell bootleg CDs told me he told me and my homeboy he had a studio in his bedroom. So he told us, he got the mixtapes. He want to put a couple of our freestyles on the mixtape. So we went and did like 3 freestyles. He made a mixtape of all new industry songs, and he put us at the beginning, middle, and end. And I think that was in the 10th grade.
So then would you take it to?
Well, shit, at my school at Meadowdale, I was the first. Like it was a thing to rap at the lunch table. It was a lot of niggas that would rap at the lunch table, but I was the first nigga that had hard copies of my music that you can actually take home with you. So I started selling them motherfuckers like I was in the street. Like I was just selling CDs with my shit on there in high school, buying Forces, buying shit in a snack line for girls, and niggas start seeing that shit and realizing like, damn, you can make money off this shit. So I'm the first nigga at my school in my era that monetized it. Like I start actually selling it in front of them, like coming to school with 20 CDs on my finger, and by lunchtime they all gone.
Right. So what happened to your career when you went ahead and entered college?
College was well, before I went to college, I had a scholarship to Ohio State when I was in the 6th grade for academics, because I always was really smart. You feel me? And they had this my 10th grade summer, might have been my 9th grade summer. They had this program where all the kids, because Ohio State Young Scholars is statewide. Cleveland, Cincinnati, Youngstown, Akron, Dayton, Mansfield, Columbus, Toledo. Like, this is my first time. You know how like when basketball players go to like Nike camp or Adidas camp, like they get to see how they talents compare to motherfuckers from different areas and shit like that. Right. That was I'm trying to take my rapping ability outside of Dayton. And I wasn't there for rapping. Like I said, I'm there because I'm in this academic program and we got this little summer camp we doing. But it's Cincinnati niggas, it's Columbus niggas, it's Cleveland niggas, it's Dayton niggas, Akron niggas, Toledo niggas. And I'm, I told you this before, when I did that, that's when I realized we don't have a hat. Like I realized at that moment, this is a small town. Like, damn, Dayton compared to Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Columbus, we ain't really shit for real as far as metropolitan population and sports teams and, just thriving culture type shit. You feel me? But that was, I got most talented at that camp. I was out rapping niggas that was really from bigger cities and all that shit. So by the time I got to college, I already knew where I was as far as, talent level. Like niggas can't really rap better than me. I just need to prove to myself that niggas from other cities can't rap better than me because I ain't never seen them before. You feel me?
Right.
So college, man, that was my time in my mind to put Dayton on the map as far as telling niggas our culture, showing niggas how we do shit, showing them how we talk, how we walk, how we smoke. They never seen a 1-layer swisher. They never seen none of the shit we do. So I was just trying to bring and put on the shit that we culturally are about. And show niggas that I can compete with niggas at that level. You feel me?
So is that the time when you came up with the merch?
Nope. I didn't come up with the merch till 3 years ago.
Okay.
But it spawns from that. You feel me?
Right.
Yep.
So what's some of the things you did while you was in college, like far as with the music? Was you still pursuing it?
Yeah, I was
Making albums?
actually, man, I was in Akron, surrounded by Cleveland niggas when the Fat Al I Didn't Came Down song blew up. Like I battled Chip the Ripper before in college. Like I was up there with all them niggas. You feel me?
Right.
All the Glenville with Ted Ginn and Troy Smith and all that type shit. You feel me? So I was tapped in with niggas that was really moving and shaking. I went to college with Chip the Ripper's manager. Shouts out to Big Duke. He out there in LA. They live in Malibu right now working with the Game and Dr. Dre and all kind of shit. You feel me? So I was in position to kind of learn a lot and really get a firsthand experience of real culture as far as like the way a city is. Cleveland is such a strong culture that Akron is like Cleveland. Kind of like Cincinnati is such a strong culture that people think Dayton is like Cincinnati, but it's kind of not like that. You feel me? But yeah, I just was soaking up game, man, just seeing the way, I got up there and realized like, damn, I'm 3.5, 4 hours away from Dayton, but I had to realize quick that Northeast Ohio and Southwest Ohio was totally different. They was listening to Chopped and Screwed every day. You feel me?
Right.
Really get, you feel me? But it was a culture shock as far as just understanding that people in the same state can be this different than you. You feel me?
So while you was in college what was you doing outside of the music?
Shit, that was it. I ain't gonna lie. I told my barber when I came back to Dayton one time, he like, man, what you majoring in? I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm just there till I get a deal. The nigga said, man, why you wasting them white people's money like that, man? And that was literally it. Like, I was just up there. I wanted to be that nigga with the rap shit, bro. I wasn't trying to get no degree. I wasn't trying to go to class. I was skipping class, going to the union just fresh as fuck. I wasn't even doing shit for real, bro. You feel me?
Right. So what was some of the things you was doing to pursue a deal?
Actually, back then, I don't know, because coming from a place like Dayton, that's not something we're not afforded the opportunity to even know how to chase a deal in that way. You know what I mean? Like, but this is the time. This 2005. Like that was the only way to get on in the rap game was get a deal. You feel me? So I just was trying to find a way. I just knew I was in a bigger city with more opportunities and more shit going on with the music. So I was just trying to move around and get noticed by somebody there that could put me in position. You feel me? And I met some motherfuckers, real, but I got kicked out of college before I could really make some shit shake.
Right. That was gonna be my next question. I was gonna ask you, did you graduate? So when you got kicked out, what did you do?
Man, when I got kicked out and I came back here, I was depressed because I knew that the opportunities I was just around, they not here. And I didn't know how to get back there. You feel me?
Right.
So I got kicked out of college for weed. Like I got caught smoking with a nigga in his room like the first 2-3 weeks when I was up there. And they told me if I ever got caught anywhere around some weed again, that I was gonna lose my housing contract, which is my dorm. So I got caught again, it was like 2 tenths of shake and a couple outer layers of a 1 layer. It wasn't even shit. It wasn't even nothing you could smoke.
Right.
Dorm. I went to jail twice and shit. I came back home, but I tried to stay up there as long as I could to keep recording. I had a girlfriend up there at the time, so I was trying to stay, but I'm 19 years old. I ain't got no money. I ain't got nowhere to live. I'm up there pillow to post. You feel me? I'm fucked up. So I came back home. You feel me?
So when you came back, man, what's some of the things you did to deal with your depression?
Really, man, I ain't gonna lie. When I came back, I was in the house for like 6 months. First time when I came back, I went out. My nigga came pick me up. We went around the city a little bit, and he met these girls. I think one of the girls he met was his baby mama. Eventually, it was his girlfriend at the time. But her cousin, they both went to school with us, and her cousin was like, "You got kicked out of school for weed." I'm like, you know that quick. You feel me? So it was embarrassing for real. So I ain't really want to, you know what I mean? I ain't want to let the people know I fucked up my opportunity like that. So it was hard for me at first because I ain't really want nobody to see me. Eventually I shook out the shit, but for about 6 months I was down in the dumps for real.
Is that when you came up, when you shook about that depression, is that when you went hard on the rap?
Yeah, me and my homeboys, we had shouts out to EQ the Misfit. He down in Baton Rouge doing this thing with the production. Make sure y'all download that EQ the Misfit app for all your production needs, hip hop wise. He got a dope app for the artists to get beats from. But he had a studio in his people's garage by Meadowdale, We did a mixtape called Stack or Starve. It was me, EQ, Yellow Fever, and my work. And we did a little compilation mixtape, and some shit start kind of taking off from there. I just kind of just kept working. I didn't really have no real bright spots until I did my first video. So then I came back, like I said, I linked up with my homeboys, and we just kept working, man. Like I just tried to get back in the groove of knowing that I'm here. You feel me?
Right. So you kind of like basically was doing everything. Then you was your own manager, own promoter.
Yeah, I didn't have
back then before social media was really popping like that. Then.
Yeah, this is when you had to have a college email to get a Facebook page.
Right. Damn,
Like,
that's before my time. So I was in the joint doing all that.
Facebook was really originated. It was only for college. It didn't,
right.
It didn't you know, for anybody until I was already kicked out of college and back in the city and shit like that. But yeah, it wasn't no social media. I ain't get a manager until like 2011. And this is 2006 I'm talking about. So it was a long road of just bumping my head until I figured out enough shit to know what I'm doing wrong without even knowing what I'm doing right. At least know which way not to go. You feel me?
Right. So what eventually ended up happening to the group?
One person didn't really rap like that after that. EQ moved to Baton Rouge not long after that, and Yellow got locked up not long after that. So it was just me. You feel me?
Right. So you was in a group with Jesus too, wasn't you?
We wasn't in a group, but we was like a crew. Me, him, and Q Stone. Shouts out to my nigga Jesus and RP to my nigga Q Stone. Like, Zeus went to Stivers with Q. He knew him before I knew both of them. I met Q at a basketball tryout, and then he transferred to Meadowdale. We went to school together. I knew him from there. So eventually, after we graduated and everything settled, where I was by myself from the crew I had before, you know, Zeus moved here, and then Q started rapping. Q wasn't really, he was rapping, but he wasn't rapping like dropping albums and shit like that. So we started kind of open mics and shit. We just kind of formed a little crew from there. You feel me?
Right. So outside of the music, man, where did you pick up your business savvy from in your drive?
Shit, my dad, as far as like just seeing, my dad owned a car wash too when I was a kid. So I got to see my dad be street business and business. As far as, you know, when you in the street, we smoking weed in the car all day long. We cussing, we talk, we listen to music real loud. But when we at the car wash, let's say it's ladies' day on Wednesdays, if an older lady come in to get her car wash, turn that cussing off, put that weed out, pull your pants up, and cut that bullshit out. You feel me?
Right.
I learned the shift in the tone of business from him. When you with urban motherfuckers, business go like this, but when you're dealing with people that's more upstanding, white collar, you got to kind of handle yourself like this. And I was always impressed by, like, when my dad was younger and I was a kid, it would always fuck people up that he would hold the door for them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whenever a street nigga is mannerable, people be like, because they could tell you a street nigga without even hearing you talk. You feel me?
Right.
But when you do something like hold the door for a motherfucker or just anything mannerable or polite, like, people really appreciate that shit. So I know that I look and act a certain kind of way, but I just want motherfuckers to know that I'm more than that, and that came from him. You feel me?
Right. So by you having 20 years in the game, man, what would you feel like was your best part of your career?
I had a management situation in Columbus, like I said, in like 2010. And as soon as I got with them, I just started opening up for a lot of big time artists, like Scully's in Columbus. It's a club I think it's on like North High Street or some shit like that.
Yeah, High Street.
I did a lot of shows up there, opened up for Machine Gun Kelly, Talib Kweli, Big Crit, Crazy Bone, Ray Cash. I actually did a song with Ray Cash. I opened up for Meek Mill in Indianapolis for Super Bowl weekend. I did South by Southwest. I did the Ohio Hip Hop Awards tour. Like, I did a lot of shit in a short amount of time, but I was managed by two people that fell out, so the situation kind of dissolved a little bit. You feel me?
Right. So, man, for the people who ain't hip to your music, man, what you think something they should listen to?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter as long as you're looking for some type of lyrical content and substance. I feel like any of my music got that. I just put out a 3-song EP called Pass, Collect, Go. probably a month ago. I got a new album I'm dropping on 420 with my homeboy Peter Prophet. Shouts out to him. We got a 420 album called Match Meets Part 2. We did Part 1 at the beginning of the pandemic. And yeah, man, musically, I just try to pride myself on being sensible. Like I like to, you know, I'm a writer, and in college I learned about, you know, transitional statements and, you know what I'm saying, just things about literature. Like I'm a literature person. I always used to say in high school, if you got D's in English, you can't rap like me. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm a wordy guy, but I'm not like super teachy. I'm still relatable. I still got shit that, you know, you can bop to, but I got shit that's thought provoking and motivational at the same time. So I just feel like my music is for the thinkers, man. It's for the people that, you know, really got a vision and a plan, and they just trying to work it and just stay motivated through the whole process. So I don't know, man. I think any of my music is something you could listen to and get something from. You feel me?
So how many projects do you got?
Man, I think at least like 15, at least. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't even have all my music. I don't even know where some of this shit is. So some of that shit might not even be counted for. You feel me? But
Right.
like 7 or 8 on Apple Music. I done did like 5, 6, 7 of them that never touch Apple Music. So I don't really count, man. I just paint. You feel me? Like I'm an artist that actually, I just enjoy the process of creating. You know what I mean?
I
So
called you all around creator.
yeah, you feel me? Like I just like manifesting shit and taking it out my head and holding it in my hands.
But yeah, the music, it definitely got substance, man. So when people want to go to these platforms, what do they need to put in to get it?
Just search Flamborghini, FLAMBORGHINI. I used to be known as Flam Fever, but everything is under Flamborghini now. So, you know, my social medias is Flamborghini_937. You search me on Instagram, Snapchat, shit like that. But I'm just, you know, I'm on everything. I still got, you know, a lot of shit to do, a lot of shit to drop. But I'm just focused on business, man. I'm not really I'm focused on business that I control my own destiny in. I'm gonna put it, you feel me?
And that's what's coming up, man. So by you being an all-around creator and being in the game for so long, man. So what's some of the other things you've done outside of the music? We're gonna get to the merch though. But what you got going on besides that?
I do shows. I do shows and showcases for artists to perform at, because I see, you know, being an artist, I look at, like, let's say Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, and Shaq. They so good at commentating because they was players. So they can consider players' opinions on shit without even mentally thinking of that shit. It's just second nature. So I got screwed over and felt like I done got shorted so many times with opportunities and shows and exposure and just being able to be a participant in certain shit, that I know that Dayton is a city that the music Dayton, like, if you ain't no full-blown street nigga, you gonna get a hard time. You feel me? And you know, like I said, I ain't never put both my feet in the street. So I ain't never been a person that's just been the most popular rapper in Dayton, because my shit ain't necessarily translatable to people that want to hear what they want to hear. You feel me? So the opportunities that I create for artists, I try to consider the hard times I had in not being a street nigga or not being this type of rapper that people want me to be. And the opportunities that didn't come my way because of that, I try to make sure I create ways for motherfuckers to get them without being what people wanted me to be. I know everybody ain't like that. You feel me? Everybody ain't trying to be like that. So I just know how I feel to be an artist that get left out because you ain't like that. You feel me?
Right. So the whole time you've been doing music, you've been independent?
Yeah, I ain't never signed no paperwork. I ain't never signed nothing before. And I didn't have I didn't have situations be presented to me where motherfucker didn't want to sign me, but it wasn't really, I'm going to say it might not have been beneficial, or I might not have been mature enough mentally to understand the benefits. Let me just say that.
Right. Then by you being in the game for so long, man, you're very knowledgeable. Like I say, we done chopped it up, man. So what's some of the things you see, man, independent artists need to do better now?
Don't wait. Like, whenever I call certain rappers, I call certain artists catalog artists. And whenever I see a catalog artist add another piece to their catalog, I turn that shit off and add another piece to mine. You feel me? You gotta keep the value of yourself is determined by the output of work you doing on your own before a motherfucker finds you or before a motherfucker looking at you. Or a lot of rappers they rap to be looked at.
Right.
As far as catch a label's attention or catch a artist's attention and might be able to turn them up and do something for them, but it's all about what you got going on before those people see you. You feel me? So I just advise people to be more hands-on and self-sufficient with just their own career as far as, build the shit yourself.
Right. Just like you said, don't wait.
Exactly, man. Like Nipsey say, every day, don't worry about building a whole building, just lay a brick.
So then how did you get into the merch?
Actually, man, I'm gonna be honest. Larry June, Currency, it's certain people I saw that are independent, that do take things in their own hands, and I seen the way that they was moving, and I said, damn, I ain't got that. You feel me? Originally, let me see if I can find it. I got one right here. Originally, this logo right here, this the Lamborghini logo. This was originally what was on the front of a hat. I did hats just like this at first, so I can be like on some Chance the Rapper shit. I'm gonna wear the same hat all the time. You feel me? But I put a small spoke on the side like this. Nope, other side. That one. Put the small spoke on the side, and every time somebody seen it, they screamed about the spoke. I was like, damn. You might want to move that Lamborghini and put that spoke in the front. You feel me? So I did that, and the shit never stopped selling. That was like 3 years ago.
Right. Then how did you come up with the idea for the spoke?
I didn't really come up with it as an idea. It was just one of them things where, like, with it being a side logo, it was like a symbol of me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't never think about making it like a forefront logo. I just did it as like, I couldn't think of nothing else to put on the side.
Right.
So when I put it on the side, like I said, they reacted so crazy to just the small version of it. I said, well, what if I make it this big? You know what I mean? And after that, it just became, I did a EP called OutSpokin before I had the label brand name or the logo. I did that and made the spoke hat the merch for that project.
Right.
This was really just, it wasn't a line idea. It wasn't a brand idea. It wasn't a label idea. It wasn't a movement idea. It was just a name of a project. But sometimes I'm so good at naming shit that I don't realize that it's, sometimes as a creator, you open a box that's filled with boxes. And that was an idea that just kept unboxing itself. You know what I mean? I didn't mean for it to do that shit, but my eyes and my mind was aware that every time something presented itself that could take it further, I just kept following the trail.
Right.
Like the small spoke, they screamed, I put it on the front. I used that as merch for the name of the EP. And then it went together so well, it was just like, this might as well be a brand. You feel?
So what all do you carry?
So far I've done hats, I've done hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweatpants, sweatsuits, hoodies, jackets. I've done a lot of shit, but I've learned through the course of this shit that nothing is as easy and manageable as hats.
Right. So do you do custom pieces?
Nah, because my manufacturing that I go through is mandatory that I order a minimum of 10.
Right.
So if I do a 1-on-1, I'm gonna have to do 10 of them, and then I can't assure that 9 other people want that shit. You feel me?
Right. So being a creator with the music, the merch, what else you got going on?
I make my own beats and record myself too.
Right, you make beats.
Yeah, man. I started making beats probably maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I just got to the point where I would ask people for a sound that they either couldn't do or they wasn't willing to do it. Like, I would ask people to sample certain songs and they'll be like, I don't sample. I'd be like, why not? Like, ain't nobody rapping to your beats. Like, why you got limitations on? Never mind. So I just start, I had I always had producers. I always knew people that made beats. So I had time to learn while I was still getting, you know, decent level quality production. So eventually, like I said, man, I did an event where I got a new club. I had a lineup of maybe 10 rappers, and like 5 of those rappers left before they rapped. Like they just left the show and left me with half a lineup. So I said, you know what? It was one of them you got me fucked up moments where it's like, I feel like y'all think I'm putting y'all on this lineup because I need to make up for what I can't bring to the crowd.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'm about to do an album. So if you go on Apple Music, I got an album called Nostalgia, which is crazy. The cover of that album is the Dayton Spoke. And this is fucking 7 years ago. I never fucking thought about making that the logo. And then, you feel me? So I did this album. I produced the whole album. And I did this album before them guys that left the show. I never seen them on another flyer before I did this whole album. And that just showed me like, bro, y'all acting like this and y'all don't even got really nothing going on. I'm trying to help y'all and y'all ain't even trying to help yourself type shit. You feel me?
Right.
But y'all don't appreciate the opportunity to the point where you left. Maybe the crowd didn't look as good as you wanted it to look, but that kind of goes back to you being the performer. Did you promote like that or not? You feel me?
Somebody want to know, do you make beats for yourself or do you also sell them? Sell them to other artists?
I sell to other artists, but I really just sell them shit I made for myself.
That makes sense.
I don't know how to make beats for other people because I'm not necessarily a very skilled musician. So I can only do things the way I can do things. And that works for me. That might not necessarily work for other people. You feel me?
Man, you got to give yourself credit. You got to be skilled. You're producing whole albums.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily.
It's your sound. That's what your sound though.
Yeah, you know, I'm the type of person, bro, where I don't really give a fuck about like the way I made a beat. Like some producers, like I told you, when I would ask people to sample and they would be like, I don't sample. Like they're considering getting sued before they've made any wave big enough to be even in the awareness of who can sue them. You feel me? Like,
right.
The way I make beats, bro, I sample some shit that came out yesterday.
So that song that I played, that Dirty Money, did you produce that?
Nah, that's a YouTube. That was just some fucking around shit. Sometimes I get in these modes where, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't do it no more. But I used to get in these modes where I just gotta stay sharp. So I rap to anything, like anything that I can just, you know, keep my shit on with. I'm gonna just keep going, like just try to keep creating.
Right.
With compartmentalizing the separate creative mindsets that come with producing and rapping, sometimes it's easier for me to rap when I don't gotta be a producer. It
is. So you started a show too, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a live cast on Facebook called the OutSpokin live cast. Like you doing, man. I just want to be able to give some light to people that do what they love. Like my thing is with my show, I like interviewing people that I can tell they'll do what they do for free.
Right.
I don't mean they dumb business wise. I just mean they have a genuine passion for what they do. It's not the money or the exposure that really drives them to love this shit. They just love, you know. So I feel like those kind of people get overlooked nowadays, man. Everybody moving for viral looks and moving for financial gain. And nobody's really genuinely interested in the shit they're doing for money. You know what I mean? And I feel like you only make money when you don't want to.
Exactly. And you know, that's what I be telling people too, man. I understand I definitely understand the business, man. I was knee deep in the game. But one of the things I learned in college, but I used to also practice when I was in the streets. Sometimes you got to do stuff for free. You know what I'm saying?
And not even for people, for you.
Exactly.
That's a different, I mean, it's for people too, but it's for you, bro. Like, you got to get further. You got to get it.
And then, if you swap it out with somebody for a service, it ain't even considered free. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, everybody want a monetary gain or a click or a like.
I'm the type of person, bro, that I don't know how to sell nothing that I wouldn't use. You feel me? That's not business. That's finessing.
It definitely is.
You feel me? If a motherfucker is under the assumption that they buying a quantity amount of this and they bought it because they think it's this much and you know it's less than that, you finesse them. You feel me?
Right.
And that's just street lingo. That translates to everything.
So you got the 420 event coming up. Tell us about that.
I got a 420 event with my homeboy Cooley, the curator, man. Shouts out to him. There go the flyer right there, picture for y'all to tune in if y'all want to slide through. It's free entry. It's Thursday, 420, 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. at Toxic Brewery in the Oregon District. We're gonna have some vendors out there with some food, some drinks. I hopefully got a CBD vendor coming. We're gonna have people down there registering people for their medical card with the weed, expunging some criminal history behind cannabis off your record. Just trying to be a little bit more educational. Like I'm an advocate of this weed shit, man. Like I'm really trying to go legit with this shit. I know Ohio gonna go recreational soon. I want to have my own strain. I want to be, in the dispensaries. I want to be having weed pop-ups, weed events. I want to be educational with informing people the different ways of consumption with this shit, whether it's CBD lotion and soap, and they even got CBD shampoo and edibles. And it's just, I'm a real, a connoisseur of this shit. Like I said, I got kicked out of college for weed. These days, I think sometimes like, man, where would I be if I went to college in California?
Right.
You feel me? Like how it's people in the joint right now that's doing 10 years for a weed case, and weed is legal. That's how I feel with getting kicked out of college and now weed is legal. Like they did me, I feel injustice. You feel the way you
right.
feel. So I'm big on I'm a weed guy, man. Like I'm drinking right now, but I'm a weed guy. My events, I've been throwing events for 10 years, man. I ain't longer than 10 years. My daughter 10 years old. I've been doing this shit for at least 4-5 years before she was even alive. I've been doing this shit probably 15 years as far as events. And I ain't never had a fight at none of my events, man, because the people that want to come vibe with me, they smoke weed. We don't want no rah-rah. We chilling.
Right.
That's the drunk shit. You feel me?
Right. Then for the people who can't attend the event, you know what I'm saying, you can still support by going through Apple Music. Before we leave, we're gonna give them the contact information so I can hit you up, how they can hit you up for some merch.
Yeah.
So what else you got going
on? Right now, man, I'm trying to be more collaborative. I'm trying to get a little bit more social with, the way the game then jaded me in a way, and I feel certain type of ways from just the shit that I've learned. A lot of times the shit we learn can remove us from people. Because we've learned from bad dealings that, shit can go wrong. And a lot of this shit that I do, man, a lot of all this self-sufficient shit people see me do is out of being let down too many times. I produce my own music. I record myself. I mix my own music. I do my own graphic designs. I fucking promote. I do so much shit because, an engineer might not be able to record you today. Not necessarily because he don't want to or he bullshitting. His kid might be sick. But you might have a $500 or $1,000 verse you got to lay today. Somebody just gave you some money and you need to shoot the verse back to them. You feel me?
Right.
End of the day, you being an artist and you having shit going on, it shouldn't stop when somebody stops.
Right. Somebody want to know, do you participate in vending at events with your merchandise?
Man, I'm trying to get. This summer I'm doing that a lot more often. I've vended maybe events that wasn't my own events. I might have vended. In 3 years of having this brand, I probably vended less than 5 times. Because like I said, I started it in the pandemic. That was 2 years of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then last summer I had leg surgery. I had a cyst on my quad muscle, so I couldn't walk for 3 months. So this summer is my first summer since outside been back open that I'm all the way back outside. You feel me?
Right.
But that's the name of the game, man. I don't even take shows unless I can vend my merch.
Oh yeah, that's automatic. So what you want to do next? What's something you want to do next?
I want my own strand. Sometimes I want an artist. Sometimes. Because we know, I mean, I'm so, I'm serious about my shit, man. I love music so much that I don't really, I'm kind of, most people that don't love it as much as me, I'm not that easy to deal with. So, you know, I might see more potential in a person than they're willing to exude from themselves. And that always kind of clashes because it lets me down when they don't want to be what I see that they can be.
Right.
So, you know, like I say, sometimes I want an artist, sometimes I don't. I kind of want to get more beat placements out there. I just was hollering at Coogee. We got some shit we working on. I sent him a couple tracks. I just want to be a better person, man. Like I'm the type of person where like I feel like I put off being a man to be a rapper for a long time. And I just want to be a better person than a rapper.
Right.
So, you know, with giving backpacks away when back to school is going on, or, you know, giving people free vending spots and giving artists opportunities to perform and different producers linking them up with it's producers I've linked up with artists and I ain't never rapped on one of their beats and they originally was sending me beats. Like I just want to be a vessel. Like I didn't in my early stages of my career, out of the rarity of my talent, I got a lot of shit for free. A lot of free studio time, a lot of beats, a lot of shows, a lot of this, a lot of that. And I just want to give something back to the game, bro. Like that's really all I'm on right now is just trying to be valuable enough to give the game something back.
Right.
You know
Somebody
what I mean?
will know, can you or do you make beats for singing artists?
Say that again.
They want to know, can you or do you make beats for singing artists?
I definitely got beats that an artist could sing to. It's just a matter of I always say the first haircut is the worst one. You feel me? You know, it's one thing to just send a motherfucker something, but if we sit down and I get a vibe for how you are and the type of music you're making, then I can go on board with something in mind. But you know, I got some stuff that an artist can definitely sing on and get on, but it's you know, if it can get more tailor made than that.
Right. But it's definitely a networking situation, man. What I thought about this? I was about to say, I forgot what I was about to ask. I was about to ask you a good ass question.
You said it's a networking situation?
Yeah. Dang, I just slipped my mind. I had it right at the tip of my head, man. Hold on. That's crazy. I can't believe I forgot it like that, man. Something wrong. So I had to turn the hat around because the green, this is one of the hats right here I got from him. I'm a raw Falcon. This was some throwback stuff he had did. I had to wear it lower, wear it back because the green clashed with my green screen.
Man, man, like I said, I done sold so many fucking hats, man. I forgot we even linked and I sold you a piece of merch before, bro.
Damn, I can't believe I forgot that question like that, man. I already asked you what you had coming up. So what's up? Telling people about the show.
We starting season 2 this month. Of course, I'm gonna get you on there. We got to get in and get your story out there too. I know how it is when you interview people you don't really get to tell your story like that. You feel me?
Right, right.
On there, but we it's founded on Facebook Live. I ripped the Facebook Lives and put them on YouTube, so they are on my YouTube channel. Y'all can go check out the episodes from season 1 now. I got a couple more episodes from season 1 I got to upload. But like I said, man, I'm really just trying to shed light on people that, you know, I'm trying to have like fruitful conversations with people that give hope to people that just love what they do. You know?
It don't mind sharing the game.
Exactly.
I know what I was gonna say when I said it was a networking situation. What happened? My phone cut off. Just like Stacey Johnson in the comments, the owner of Morez Production. I had her on my show about a week or two ago, and that's what this is, man. This is like a resources and networking because she got an event coming up April the 22nd in Indianapolis, which would have been an opportunity to maybe vend, you know what I'm saying, vend your merch. So it's that's where the networking part came from. So it's definitely networking. You know what I'm saying?
And it definitely is, man. It's and that's what I'm really realizing is that collaboration is really the best networking.
Right. And then the platform, this platform is bigger than dating. But like I tell people, if I was going to do it, I was going to give people from my city the opportunity. So one of the things I ask everybody that's from the city to come on the platform is, what do you see the city missing?
One thing I want to say, spinning off what you just said about the city, this platform is bigger than the city. A lot of people don't know what www dot mean, bro.
Right.
I mean World Wide Web. The internet is the whole world is on this bitch. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, that's a very key thing. The city is missing foundation. If you don't set your direct deposit up to the right account, when you go to work and work overtime and get a fat ass check, it's going to the wrong person. You feel?
Right.
So a lot of this shit is really just the foundation, and it's undoing the buildings of a slanted house. When you're doing it wrong, you building a slanted house, bro. And the only way to make a house straight is tear it down to the bottom. You feel?
Right.
A lot of this shit, bro, we don't want to start all over again. But I don't know if that's possible, because I mean the progression and the constant release of new music and new people and all that, it ain't really gonna be no start over. But the mentality is the problem. I feel like the people that have the influence are they have a mentality that's misleading the people that are looking up to them. You know what I mean?
Basically, and also as well, I guess unity. So when
Yeah.
you gonna do the high school merch again?
I'm gonna do that again soon, because shouts out to Chalance with the Epic Lifestyle brand. He got the shorts that match my school hats. I told him we should do a pop-up together so we can sell them together.
So I got somebody asking about Patterson merchandise.
Yeah, that's gonna be coming up soon. I gotta do it's a few schools I never did yet. Patterson, Jefferson, Belmont, Stivers, Kaiser, McFarland. I got a few schools I still gotta put some shit together for, but it's definitely on the way back this spring and summer for sure. But like I was saying, like, what was we saying before you asked me that?
What was the city missing?
Yeah, like you said, unity. Where is a lot of people that don't know where they going? When they unite, what's gonna happen?
The blind lead the blind.
Unity I'm not saying unity isn't a pivotal need in this shit. You feel me?
Right.
Today, when everybody is still competing to be the first nigga to get on, can we really expect unity?
Right.
Like if people are competing to be the first nigga to get on, the nigga with the knowledge to get on, is he gonna share that with a nigga that's gonna get on before him?
Right.
So I feel like that's somebody gotta make it. That's the number one thing that need to change that'll change all this shit. If somebody make it, then somebody will be an example of what to do to get somewhere that's worth getting to. But when nobody has done what everybody trying to do, everybody trying to beat everybody by being the first person that do it. You feel me?
Definitely.
That's one of the things that I've removed myself from. I'm not in a competition of being the best rapper, the hottest rapper, the most popping rapper. Honestly, bro, I just want to be the most city nigga of all times. That's really all I want to be. I want to be a fucking statue. Like when I die, I want to be a statue. That's what I want.
Right. So
like
represent it.
And rapping ain't the only way to do that. You feel me?
Most definitely.
So, I'm just on some shit where, again, unity is needed, but the mentality got to get rebuilt. We got to rewire our minds, bro.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
I got a couple more questions. Who's some of the other artists you've worked with?
Man, shit. You mean closely or just ever?
Period.
Shouts out to Will Smith. I don't actually know what is his position, but he's over the school district. He just got elected, like I think year before last or something like that. He used to go by 309. We used to be rap partners. We kind of was a group. We used to make music together. Sleeko, JR, GTC, Lil Booter, fucking I didn't work with Reddy. We got a song that never came out before. Have I worked with Chaos? Actually, Chaos bought hats from me while he was in the joint, and he sent me a record to get on, but I didn't like the beat like that. I kind of should have did it just because we don't got nothing together for real, and I wanted to kind of check that off my list, because when I was coming up, bro, the only rappers I could strive to be better than or on the same level as was Chaos and Reddy. It wasn't nobody else. You feel me? But just in the 20 years I've been doing this shit, man, it's not very many people that do music that don't know who I am.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. You've been in the game so long, I'm quite sure you probably done work with everybody.
I work with. I mean, it's still people I want to work with that I haven't worked with yet. Shouts out to Chop. I want to work with Chop. I want to work with I ain't gonna lie, that's like the number one person I want to work with. I like how he remind me of myself as far as he's a Swiss Army knife. He do a lot. He do videos. He do photos. He do music. He records himself. He just got a lot of individualism about himself. Like he don't really need too many people to get done what he get done. So I want to work with him. I want to work with I worked with Martin Monroe. I would like to work with her again. She's super dope. I want to work with Booter again when he come home. I want to work with Dirty Dan. I fuck with Dirty Dan's music. We got a dope relationship. He kind of told me a while ago he listened to me growing up.
He gonna be on the show April the 4th.
Yeah, that's my guy. I like his shit. I really like. It's certain niggas that even without my music being as street as the city really is, that's what the city is.
Right.
Like I said, I've been telling people this. My dating top 5 is Chaos, Reddy, Booter, Coogee, and Mike Lansky.
That's a nice lineup. Somebody wants to know, have you worked with T Hunt?
Nope, but I fuck with T Hunt. I had him on one of my show lineups before. T Hunt a good nigga. I fucks with him.
I gotta get him on. I was supposed to have him on when I did one last week, but I won't even have his own spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd have been a collab. It should have been a good collab because him and the person working together. But as far as the body of work and stuff he got, I think he needs his own slot.
Yeah.
I gotta get him up next. I gotta get him on here.
What
about Yellow? They want to know about Yellow.
Man, Yellow Fever?
Yellow Pain, probably.
Yellow Pain, I never worked with Yellow Pain. I booked him for a show at JD Legends in Hamilton, Ohio. We did some business like that before, but we never did no music together yet. Nah.
All right, then for the people to get the music, tell them again what to put in.
Flamborghini, FLAMBORGHINI. That's on any platform I'll pop up. It's probably like 10 projects or so on there.
And how can they get the merch?
Hit me directly right now. We don't got no website. I'm working on all that right now, but I'm hand to hand with it. You hit me on any social media, I'm either shipping you right away or I'm pulling right up. You feel me?
Right. We gonna say shipping because, like we say, we www. baby.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm still, I'm on the ground with it too now. I can't lead the street. That's the thing. I'm not a street nigga, but my dad is a street nigga, so my mindset is a street nigga.
Right.
So I'm still hand to hand. I'm still gonna pull up. I'm still with the shit now. But it's just I got the professionalism in me in the right way too. We still shipping. We, you know what I'm saying, taking Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, all that. You feel me?
Right. So to get the merch, they put in the same things they put in for the music.
Yep, just hit me directly, and I'm going. Like I say, I'm a one-man team. It ain't nobody else you can hit up to get this shit from. So
I'm gonna put the links to the Facebook and the Instagram and the YouTube. I'm gonna put it in the description of the YouTube video. I got one more question before we go, man. So far as you growing up in the heart of the hood, being exposed to so much, having a dad that was in the streets, but decided to take a different route, man. What is a message you would give to young people, man? That think being in the streets is cool.
Give yourself a shot at something else. Because one thing about me, with me making A's and B's all the time, I always looked at selling dope as a dummy job. And I never got to my last resort like that. Like I always looked at that as a last resort. You feel me? And I think that's the least I could do with my dad sacrificing himself and doing it for me to not have to do it is to not run to it right away. You feel me?
Right.
Give yourself a shot at something else, man. See what you good at. Find yourself. The streets ain't you. The streets really ain't nobody for real.
Right.
Your talent is your skills, and your talents is your skills and your talents. It just so happened that the streets sometimes cross and parallel with your talent. So it seemed like that's what you meant to do. You feel me?
It's more than one way to skin a cat.
Exactly. That business mentality that come with being a good street nigga, you can apply that to anything. You could apply that to selling barbecue. You feel
Right.
me? So, like I say, just give yourself a shot at something else before you resort to something that could take you away from what you really want to do. You feel me?
And the thing about it, man, I like to ask everybody that, man, because I've been doing some research. I got a guest coming up. They're gonna be up. They're gonna be up sometime soon. They just coming home from doing 33 years in the penitentiary. I did 15 myself, but also I just got a call from a friend that's in jail today. He been locked up 31 years. Man, do you know that they can? They got tablets in there. They got tablets in there now. So now on the tablets, not only can they call you from the tablets, they can call from jail. They can call from prison to prison on it, and they can call and leave you a voicemail, and you can call and leave them a voicemail. Man, they're making jail too comfortable, man. They're
Yep.
making jail too comfortable, and that's gonna make our youth feel like, well, I go to jail, I ain't gonna be missing nothing. That's the wrong message right there, man. They making jail too comfortable, man.
And that's a hell of a point, because racism now isn't as loud and direct as real racism. It's metaphorical. You feel me?
And it's sneaky.
Yeah, like what you said, like making jail comfortable to where you don't mind going. You feel me?
Yep.
That's systematic. You feel me?
Definitely systematic, and it's big business. What's the population? What's the main population of all prisons? African Americans, people of color, man. And it's big business. So man, I couldn't believe that, man. I said they're making it too comfortable, man.
Man, listen, my dad missed every graduation I ever had because he was locked up.
Oh, and I forgot, and they can get YouTube in there because he told me to send him some of my YouTube videos. They making it too comfortable, man.
Yeah. Like I said, my dad got locked. My dad missed every graduation I ever had because he was locked up.
Right.
So with that being said, I'm named after my uncle that did 30 plus years for robbing banks, and he's still locked up right now. My mom and my grandma and his daughter then died since he's been in jail. You feel me? So I couldn't do it.
Yeah, man. That's why I always had a message, man. While I was in the joint, man, I did a 10-year. I did one bit 10 years straight while I was in there, man. For majority of 10 years, I ran the youth program. What the youth program was, it was like a scare straight program. But I took it and changed it and said it ain't a scare straight. It's educational program. So one of my messages I always like to preach is, I'd rather for a person to learn from my experiences of me burning my hand on the stove than them have to go and burn their hand on the stove and find out it hurt. You know what I'm saying? They making jail. And not only that, when they go to make a call on their tablet, he said they got options. You can press 1 to leave a message. You can press 2 to make a call. You can press 3 to hear a freaky message. But you got to pay for them, though. So you pay. You go to comments, pay for that. Hear the freaky message. And it's a freaky message. Man, they making jail too comfortable, man.
It's a bag. They getting the bag off this shit.
I could not believe that, man.
I want to say one more thing before I go. The kids these days, it's the cell phones.
Exactly. That's why they ain't gonna be missing nothing in there if they go.
Nah, but dig, right? How we already touched on the www dot stand for World Wide Web, right?
Right.
Kids get to anything that we used to wonder about. We only could know what we could do. Like, we couldn't see what we couldn't do. Bro, they got that shit in their pocket, bro.
In their pocket. But they said a cell phone got more technology than the first space capsule had.
And think about this, right? When people invent shit, the evolution of that invention, the people that invent it don't see it.
Right.
They invented the computer. They didn't think about people rapping on that shit.
Right. And then somebody in the comments said, "What the hell? Wow, that's crazy." Yeah, and it's no cap. I just got the phone with a guy because he was telling me, because I got a text message, and it's like, you got a voicemail from. I'm like, what? And I listened to it when he called and told me, like, yeah, man, we can send voicemails now. We can call from prison to prison to talk to other inmates, and he gave me the whole rundown. I'm like, man, I couldn't believe it, man.
Make you feel like you ain't missing nothing while you in jail. So shit, why not go?
Right, man. That's what I'm saying. They enticing the young people to go, man. And it's big business. That's crazy, man. I can't believe that.
But the rappers is too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. Rap music is one of the, like you were saying, like we say, Charleston White said, man, it's one of the most destructive music, man. That's why I like to ask people, man, because everybody who I got on the show is either a turnaround story or they got something going on. And that's why I like to ask them what's their message to the youth, man. Because one of the things I want to show them is this a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because all while I was growing up, I had people preaching to me. And I finally had that moment to where, dang, if I would have listened. You know what I'm saying?
I got a 16-year-old daughter, a 16-year-old stepdaughter that can't wait to graduate from high school. And I tell her every day, you gonna miss this shit.
Man.
Like, you want to rush, you're rushing the best part. Like, you want this part to hurry up and be over? When I walked out of high school the last day, I told EQ, my nigga that make beats right now in Baton Rouge, I looked at that nigga, I said, hey, man, we ain't never coming back here again. Like, damn, now we got to figure out how to be grown-ups, right? Like,
right.
Man, listen, kids, my last message to y'all, stay a kid as long as you possibly can, bro.
Man, there's somebody said they giving you they record everything. Yeah, and that's the thing about it. They giving you the tablet, so they giving you a tablet, and you already know they recording everything, man. That's wild right there, man. People, I got the X-Mirror Dayton, Ohio, Ryan McLean coming up April the 13th. I definitely got some questions I want to ask her, man, about the corrections, about the justice system, man. But one more time before we go, man, tell everybody where they can tap in at. I'm gonna still put the links in the description, but still, you know what I'm saying, tell them.
Tap in with me directly, man. I don't got no workers. I don't got no boss. I'm the boss and the worker. It's just me. So tap in with me directly, man. My social media, Flamborghini. You type in Flamborghini on any social media platform, and ain't nobody else named that shit. I'm gonna pop up. You feel me? Inbox me for the merch. If you see anything you like, if I got your, I ain't fucking with clothes right now. I'm just fucking with the hats and finger food type shit. You feel me? Keychains, lanyards, ashtrays, lighters, shit like that. But the new music is on the way. I got some good ass weed music for y'all for 420. Me and my homeboy Peter Prophet got a new album called Match Me Part 2. That's dropping on 420 at midnight. You feel me? I got the 420 coming up. Like I said, tap in directly with me for merch and just subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on social media for all the updates with the music, the events, and everything else I got going on, man. I appreciate y'all fucking with me tonight.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you for tapping in. We definitely gonna stay connected because, like I said, I'm trying to get that song, man, for my intro.
I got you.
There's also some other things that we can link up and network on. Stacey Johnson, she said she gonna holler at you when she come down in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling everybody, she having a seminar, I Write, April the 22nd in Indianapolis. She was on the show, so if you want to find anything about that, just go back maybe one or two videos and look for the one with Stacey Johnson of Mo Red Productions. But I appreciate you for tapping in, man. I'm gonna make sure I put all the information in the description of the video, and I'm gonna hit you up.
I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna have a care pack for you here soon.
Okay, I appreciate it. Good looking.
My boy, you already know.
Yep. All right, y'all. That was my guy, Flamborghini. You know, my interviews, they only usually be like 30, 45 minutes. That one right there went over an hour. I got something I got to do, but we was definitely chopping game. But, man, did you actually hear? Man, that's crazy, man. They making it too comfortable in the jail right now. But he got a lot of stuff going on. Thanks, Stacy. I got Stacy, Yo Swift. I've been supporting heavy. I promise when I get these new shirts made with the logo on it, I'm going to make sure y'all get one. Yo Swift, if you ain't paid attention, you can check I made you a moderator. So anytime we might have to kick somebody out, you're going to be in charge of that. I got some dope interviews coming up. Like I told y'all, April the 13th, I got the ex-mayor of Dayton, Ohio, Ryan McLean coming on. The artist he was talking about, Ralph Ford Dirty. He a hot artist out of Dayton. I got him coming up. Thursday, I got an artist and a DJ out of New Orleans coming up. I got a double header for y'all this Thursday. At 7 o'clock, I got a female artist from Dayton called Nish. She hot. And then at 9 p.m., I got an artist and a DJ from New Orleans. Monday, if anybody out there familiar with OG Percy was a battle rapper out of Fort Worth, Texas. 5 years ago, he had a fight. You know, he been to the joint, did a lot of years in the joint. He said he had a 50-0-1 record. But 5 years ago, doing a battle rap competition, he had got into with King Corleone. King Corleone is a boxer. So they had set up a little boxing event. And they did a boxing event. King OG Percy said he won. People said King Corleone won. OG Percy was on a platform, I believe it's Nitty TV. He's on the platform a couple weeks ago telling his side of the story. So King Corleone, he wanted to tell his side of the story. So I'm gonna have him on Monday at 9 p.m. He's a boxer and a battle rapper out of Fort Worth, Texas. I got some dope content coming up, man. I'll be having a lot of people on here from the city, but like I said, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna give people from my city the first opportunity, man, because we got a lot of talent in Dayton, man. And I feel like we just need a light shined on us, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna just tell y'all something. I'm looking for no pity or nothing that's sad, but it's crazy how people think, man. Never think you bigger than the brand, man. Never think you bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always about views, clicks, and likes. You know what I'm saying? When you got a business, a brand, or even you're an artist, the only bad promotion is no promotion. So y'all wouldn't believe. I feel like I'm popping. I done had people from other states tell me I'm popping. I don't like to toot my own horn, but here lately, I done ran into a couple people who don't feel like they too big for the platform. How can you feel like you're too big for the platform? That's how you know the world is backwards. Even if one or two people don't see you, if only two people see you, that's one or two more people that know you now. So make sure y'all tune in Thursday night first. I got artists out of New Orleans, and I got one at 7 from Dayton. So make sure y'all tune in, man. I appreciate it. I'm out of here.